In the third chapter of Part 2 of Grammatology, Derrida examines Rousseau's essay on the origin of languages. Derrida focuses on how Rousseau tries to explain the birth of language while preserving the idea of a pure, natural, melodic origin. Rousseau presents language as originally beautiful and immediate. However, his text is unstable. Derrida shows that the very features Rousseau considers as signs of the degeneration of language, like articulation, writing, and convention, are present from the beginning. This illustrates the logic of the supplement. What seems to come later to complete or replace something actually makes the origin itself possible. Derrida begins with Rousseau's distinction between need and passion. Physical needs, such as hunger, cause isolation, while moral passions like love and pity bring people together. These social passions, according to Rousseau, lead to the first speech. Early languages were sung, melodic, and expressive of emotion rather than articulated speech. Derrida points out that even for this original speech to communicate, it must already contain elements of articulation and convention. In other words, language is never purely immediate. It is always already influenced by signs and structures that mediate meaning. This shows that writing and convention are present from the very birth of language. A large part of the chapter is devoted to pity and the prohibition of incest. For Rousseau, pity allows individuals to step aside themselves and empathize with others, which is necessary for society. The prohibition of incest forces families to interact with other families, creating social exchange. Derrida shows that these rules function like writing. They introduce systems of difference and substitution into what was thought to be a natural, immediate state. The origin of society and language is not a pure presence, but a structure shaped by signs, laws, and mediation. Derrida also critiques Rousseau's geographical distinction between northern and southern languages. Rousseau claims southern languages born of passion and warmth are closer to the original melodic speech, while northern languages born of cold and need are more articulated and resemble writing. Derrida deconstructs this idea by showing that even southern languages must be articulated to function as communication. The natural southern speech already contains the same structures Rousseau attributes to northern degenerate speech. The supposed purity of the origin is always already mediated. The chapter ends with a discussion of music and language. Rousseau values melody because it represents the immediate presence of the voice, while he criticizes harmony as a mathematical written form that corrupts music. Derrida argues that melody itself cannot exist without interval and difference, which are aspects of writing and the supplement. In this way, what Rousseau sees as corruption is actually necessary for the existence of language and music. The structure of substitution is already present in the origin. Articulation and writing are internal necessities, not external accidents.